Well, hello glue troopers and welcome back to the TARBUS. I came out here today. I was really kind of caught up on open box projects. The Thunderbird 2 still needs to be painted, but I didn't actually have any kits that were underway except for some stuff I started for the kit bash, which is until the end of the year. I desperately needed some more room in here. I mean, this place had gotten so tight I was doing a pirouette to turn around, and I was still bumping into stuff this morning's video. And about, bump one thing, pull one thing, and 5 things fall over, and something across the room falls down. So you may notice I am sweaty, and that is from spending most of the day trying to tidy this place up, purging some stuff. I packed up a lot more of the models in by ones that I'm not going to build for quite a while, and packed them up in boxes there in the TARBUS Lima site, the garage. And actually, I was noticing, because there's some kind of stuff that gets in here. I've talked about it before. It's like a kind of granular dirt, and I thought it was coming in from the seams in the ceiling, but I'm finding it in places that aren't under those seams. I don't know what it is, and I found a bunch of it on the floor. It's Florida. I mean, it could be something that's growing in place. But anyway, so I cleaned up all the boxes and realized that I wasn't doing some of them any favors being jammed in here so tight. So now they're in another box in the garage that doesn't have that problem. And so hopefully they'll be safer storage till I get around to building them. And so I decided, you know what, I've been wanting to build a tank for a while. I don't know why, I just had that armor itch. And I've been so busy with just other stuff that I haven't gotten around to it. And since I'm ahead on my sci-fi builds, I figured, you know what, I'm going to build a tank. So I've got that M26 Pershing that was sent to me by Glue Trooper, and it's, I believe, the prototype version has the big with those recoil collectors or something on top of it. But and 2 of our 3 Pershings got knocked out before they really got a chance to fight, because you remember the American military was on the advance, so we were rolling into ambushes. One got taken out by a Tiger 1, which ironically, when it backed up to run away, crashed into a building, so it was a Pyrrhic victory. We didn't knock the Tiger out, but the crew had to abandon it. We captured it. And the other one was taken out by an Nashorn, which is basically, I think, a Mark 4 chassis with the big 88mm gun. It's an ambush weapon. I mean, when you're rolling an ambush, there's no tank that can't be knocked out, not even an Abrams or a Chieftain or a Challenger. I mean, you roll into an ambush, you're rolling into an ambush. But the first Pershing that did get into battle knocked out, I think, 4 German armored vehicles and didn't take a scratch. So when they were, not rolling into an ambush, but actually saw the enemy and everybody, exchanging fire. And of course, it became the progenitor all the way up to the late model M60s. So had a lot of work to do on the design, but they did get it done and perfected. The other thing, I've got it laid out, and I haven't put any parts together yet, but I'm working on my build plan. I'm going to show you the parts trees, which are very crisp. I haven't seen any flash with the little God's hand snippers. They come off, and you hardly even have to file anything down. It's really, really nice. This is a Hobby Boss kit, and 1/35 scale. And I mean, it's not like the little Atlantis Pershing M26 that you're going to put together that makes a great little day build. This is going to be a week build. And they wrapped a lot of the parts inside the box in foam, a lot of the more delicate parts. Beautiful detail. I see a full engine and everything for it. I didn't see an interior to the turret, but I haven't really gone that far into it. But to be honest, I probably wouldn't do that anyway, just because I don't display my tanks that way. I mean, it's great when they do, but if I go through the trouble to build that engine, I'm going to have to display it with the grills open, because it's like card, or that, or I'll make the engine a side display, which I've started doing with some of my cars. In fact, the engine to one of my model cars is in the back of the Fleetwood pickup, because I put too much work in this engine to just hide it under the hood. Here, let's put it in the back of the pickup truck. And somebody told me that one of the kits comes with a couple of options for the cars, for the engines, and an engine stand for the one you don't use, which is awesome. And make you go out and buy one of those, was it Aurora, put up those garage scenes and everything, which are pretty penny these days, if you can even find one. So I will be getting started on the tank. I also have been meaning to get started on the next Godzilla, it's the Polar Lights Godzilla that I built before. I have up in the house, but this one I talked about, I'm going to chop in half, and the top half is going to be like a little model submarine, more Godzilla point of view, a sub sandwich. And the bottom half is going to be the movie prop. I'm going to make a base for it, like, with the famous picture of Nakajima or Harua, I'm sure I'm saying his name wrong. But I may put him in there, or I may make it without him in there, just like it's between shots on the set. If I do, I'll label that one tea time. Those are the two. I got them both laid out. Since I got this place cleaned up, I got a little bit of a workroom. And I'll give you a quick tour of what I'm doing here with the models that I still have here in the TARDIS. I have sort of alphabetical order. Boeing, Chance Vought, Convair, Douglas, Grumman, Lockheed, Luftwaffe, Japanese Air Arm, and then the assorted sort of standalones, the A-10, which is a Fairchild, the McDonnell Douglas Phantom, which I guess could technically be considered a Douglas, and then I've got the sci-fi right here, because I might still build some of these, and I've got the com block stuff, the Russian and Chinese stuff down on the bottom shelf. A lot of extra room now, but I was able to, and I've got my kit bash stuff right here that I'll be getting started on after I finish a few more of the sci-fi builds. But that's the plan for right now. Of course, I'll be going back to work in a week or so, so a lot going on, and the end of the year is coming up. It gets very, very busy for all of us. So anyway, I'll tack the build schedule in the comment section below once again, and I'll try to remember to do that on the evening videos, at least the ones I make on my computer. And I think that's everything for this evening. Now, I'm going to go take a shower and relax. Guys, take care of yourselves, and as always, model on.